C2 Wrestling is back. Monday Night Raw is wrapped up in the books. We have the fast lane to SummerSlam. This is legit. We are just bang, 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 bang. We'll start with the main event. We'll hop towards the front. We'll do a little moving around. There's some big topics, some topics we can just kind of brush over. But the main event, Roman Reigns facing off, basically having his conversation with Paul Heyman. Braun Breaker in the ring. It is pretty clear we will get this tag match. Honestly, it's probably announced on Twitter as we're talking right now. But the main thing I got to talk to you about, Alec, our honorarius, there's few stars. Roman is like that star. It's crazy seeing the difference when you have like people that are over and people that are popular and legit stars. And dude, it literally felt like a star was in the ring with the crowd and every time Roman talked.
Yeah, no, it was great. The crowd was so behind him. The crowd was epic tonight, to be honest, throughout the entire of the show. They couldn't even let Paul Heyman speak for majority of the promo. And then Roman just embarrassed Braun Breaker. Let's be real here. I mean, as much as Braun Breaker is the future of the company, he ain't the future now. And Roman's like, damn well, let him know that tonight, to really like grounded him and really humbled him in some way. And I thought the mic throwing was pretty smooth when he was like, I didn't hear anything you said. And then threw the mic, Superman punch. I was like, that's smooth, loved it. Yeah, he just got the swagger and like it's just crazy. Like every time I talk about Roman, just to think about like where he began and where he is now, to really think of like the growth that we as fans and just him as an individual, and him talking about it today, like not really getting the credit for his character change basically. And the bloodline, like it ain't no group that they just made up and a tag team. Like this is the real family and real bloodline that he carried through for the 5+ years in the company, and now they're stars. I mean, they're stars of the company. So I know I'm going off track a little bit with the main event, but like Roman's bloodline is going to be the future of this company for many, many years. As Solo goes there, Fatu gets his carry, and now Solo's new family members that are all getting brought into it. So it's like this is just going to continue to be a story, and it's all going to fall back to Roman at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, when Jay's music hit, the crowd went nuclear for him, and that is obviously a ton of credit goes to Jay,
Yes.
but Roman helped elevate Jay, and Cody Rhodes has talked about it. The thing about, and John Cena has talked about it. The thing about Roman is he brought others to the top with him. Yes, people complained because it was his family members, but he made multiple stars while also being a star. Tonight was actually a very weird moment with Roman for me because it wasn't to this level, but I had the first official flashback of the old Roman when he was faced off with Cena and Cena was cooking him on the
Yeah.
mic. And then I blinked and I look in the ring and it's Roman and Braun Breaker. And you see Braun Breaker and you know he's the next guy. You know he's got all of the pieces, just like that old Roman did. But he ain't there yet. And it was so crazy to watch that and be like, Roman is Cena now. He
Yeah.
is that level. He is that next guy. He is on the microphone. You better be ready because he is next level. In the ring, you better be ready because he is next level. He's going to bring Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed to a whole new level. But tonight was the real, like, man, this like reminds me of when the shoe was on the other foot, and it is weird seeing this mega star now where he is what he used to be against.
Yeah, Roman's the teacher and Braun Breaker's the student. And he got a lesson learned today, that's for damn sure. So it's gonna be a fun ride going to SummerSlam. And yeah, no, like I said, I get excited every time I see Roman on the screen. You asked me 10+ years ago when I liked Roman on the screen. I was not a fan of him, and that's okay. I admit that. But when he got that character change during COVID, it was everything that we wanted as fans for him, and it has come full circle. And you saw that tonight in that ring when the crowd was so over. And you could tell he really appreciates these moments when the crowds are chanting his name, because there was plenty of moments where he would go out there and he wouldn't be able to get a word out because of the boos were so loud. And he got told, shut the F up for an opening of a Raw after Mania where he couldn't even say anything and he just said, "It's my yard now," and dropped the mic. And it was after that, it was just I was like, "Oh, this isn't gonna work." So when you had Braun Breaker, I was like, "Well, I'm the big dog." I was like, "Oh, don't say that, please." Like I was like, "We just gotta throw that word." Throw it in the trash and never use that again because that just gives me PTSD, and I know it does. I know it gives Roman PTSD. So it is like a full circle moment of Roman now being the lead professor and Braun Breaker being the student now.
Yeah, I did love Roman giving the shout out to Solo, to the Usos, to Sammy. Like, this is, you know, since Roman came back and when he feuded with Solo, he was still a heel. Like, he was still, obviously he was the babyface in the story, but he was doing all of these things where he was still a heel, his issues with CM Punk and whatnot. The promo tonight, it was like, this is a babyface.
Uh,
Like him yucking it up with the crowd a little bit. Like, before he wanted the crowd's noise to like boost his ego and boost him. Now he's like, I'm with you guys. We're family. Like we're in this together. So I really enjoy this switch. Again, I don't want to go negative Nancy, but it does play into like, damn, it sucks that we just have one more Raw and then it's SummerSlam. But since we're gonna be there, it still adds to my excitement, my joy. Awesome seeing him. Also love since it's on Netflix. I was like, I have no idea how long this segment's gonna go. This could
yeah,
go 2 more minutes. This could go 10 more minutes. I'm like, I love that I'm not clock watching. I'm just enjoying
yeah,
it.
yep, I agree. It's definitely a good thing now.
Yeah. So opening the show though, we had CM Punk come out, cut the generic CM Punk I want to be world champion promo. Not generic in a bad way, but like what
Yeah,
we expected. And we talked about it last week. Last week after Raw, we came on here and we both said, I want to see the direction Gunther goes in his promo to Punk because Punk is obviously one of, if not the best on the microphone.
yep.
And everything's been said to him. So you've got to come up with this new angle that's going to be different, that's going to make me buy in because you've only got 2 weeks to sell this match. You can sell it on their names alone. The direction Gunther goes is it seems like he's going a direction that so many have, talking about Punk's ego. And then he pivots and he says, but I have an ego too. My ego is justified though, because my ego is from victories. My ego is from championships. Your ego is because of what these people say. Tosses the mic down. Punk doesn't even get a response. Alec, I got two questions for you after it. One, was that enough of a unique new angle for you to buy in on that promo that we were looking for? A different angle, someone to come at Punk with something different. And two, was it strong enough where there's only one more Raw to sell this match more than just their name factor in the title?
Say yes to the first question, no to the second. If you take the names out, because that's like the easiest one, it's like, yeah, the names can sell the match, and it will. Like I'm super excited for it, but the overall paper, like the overall promo, um, I like the whole Gunther, the way he approached it, but I wish Punk said more. I kind of wish Gunther said more. I feel like we didn't really get too much in the promo. And again, it's only 1 week until, we get 1 week of another promo possibly. And I think it will change next week in regards to the promo that we received this week. I think Gunther is gonna possibly hit a little low blow on Punk. What that will be, I have no idea. But I think he'll hit a verbal low blow that will probably feud up the fuel a little more going to SummerSlam that following Saturday. Because I'm assuming they're going to be the main event Saturday night. It should make sense if they are. Um, but yeah, no, I wish like we got a little more out of it. Like there's such big names, and it really does do a disservice in regards of just rushing this in 2 week like promo class type of thing, and then rushing right into SummerSlam. So, but again, I'm very excited for it. Doesn't take away the excitement for the match. I just wish we get a little like a solid month from this.
I'm going to use an insane analogy right here, but this is what this promo felt like to me. You go to a nice restaurant, you're going out to eat. There's bread on the table for you. First thing the waiter or waitress brings out, nice warm bread, some butter. Then after that, they're giving you these little personal salads, little tiny house salads, whatever. And then you get your appetizer, and then you get your meal, and then you get your dessert. There's your whole entree. Let's think of that as the story.
Yep.
Tonight was the first bite out of that bread. And I went, this is a nice warm piece of bread. I like this bread. The problem is, I'm going to finish this piece of bread, and the waiter's bringing out my dessert.
Yep.
Pal, I didn't even get to the appetizer yet. To me, that's what I want with this story. Now, I don't think this is going to be the only match. I think they'll face again. I think this will be a longer story. I just wish the longer story started with a few more weeks of build up, a few more weeks of promos, because what I want is that dinner to be that first match. And then dessert is that next night. And after I finish dessert, I go, man, that was so good. I'm coming back next month.
Yep.
And then I'm getting the bread, then I'm getting this, then I'm getting that, then I'm getting dinner. And then the dessert is the culmination of this story. I just, I like the direction. I like the promo. There's just not enough time. It needs to be more time between this.
Yeah, I definitely agree. That was, a great example. I was thinking a food analogy as well. Not getting really an appetizer there. I always like to use that one. That's like one of my favorites, but we didn't even get an appetizer, and we're not going to get one because we only have 1 week left. So yeah, we're gonna possibly get a longer promo maybe next week. But besides that, I mean, that's about it. They're not gonna probably show up on SmackDown, and then we'll go right into SummerSlam.
Yeah, which I wouldn't want them to. But again, it's two of my favorites. I am excited for the match.
Of
It's
course.
just I got to call a spade a spade. This could be bigger. This could be
Oh yeah.
a bigger magnitude. This could be a higher profile. Saturday night's main event, the bunching of the shows, it did it, kind of messed it up. Just quickly hitting some things. Sheamus Rusev, fantastic match. Run the trilogy at SummerSlam. Who like
He
it fantastic match. Story's already been built. Why not?
make a stimulation out of it at this point too.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they kind of have that extreme rules type of feel when they fight. They're very extreme with one another, and I love watching those two. And it's nice to see Rusev's getting this like dominant look, coming this time around, which is nice. And Sheamus still looking super strong. So I'm excited. I really hope they bring it as a trilogy. I kind of hope they save this match for SummerSlam, like tonight's match. I mean, I'm happy that we got this match and let them fight again, but I kind of wish they saved it for SummerSlam.
It honestly, I think a good stipulation would be a last man standing. Like these guys beat the shit out of each
That'd be
other.
great.
They fight until their last breath. I think a last man standing would be perfect. We had the number one contenders, the tag titles, LWO win. To me, awesome moment. Crowd was great,
Yep.
fun. To me, they're just giving the Judgment Day a win. They're like, all right, let's give them, get the number one contenders. That ain't going on SummerSlam. That's gonna be on Raw next week or the Raw right after SummerSlam. No way. I would be stunned if that's a SummerSlam
Same.
match.
I'll be very stunned if they make that a SummerSlam match.
Yeah, they did make official Dom and AJ for the IC title. Dom attacking AJ. I love these little AJ skits. Like to me, I know, look, there's always going to be people that are going to shit on things, people online, whatever. I don't really care. It's the prime example to bring it back to food. what Chris Van Vliet said, wrestling's like a buffet. There's something for everyone. The AJ like goofy stuff, it's not for everyone. For me, I like it. Like it's serving its purpose. It's goofy, it's funny. They're just having fun with it.
Yeah, Dom laughing throughout all these weeks. You could tell
Yeah.
like yeah, like it's all right to like laugh like during these promos and he's like he can't even take it seriously the things he's saying and he's like laughing like while he's being serious they go get medically cleared and he's like laughing while talking. And then Finn Balor hits like these crazy one-liners that like make JD break and it's been very entertaining to watch. Like just the little ways they did it, like Dom getting randomly tackled by, during the match, during the females tag match, and then all of a sudden a doctor comes out to AJ and he's like pressing his chest as hard as he can, and then the whole like, oh, I got to protect everybody being the janitor, and he's like, I don't want you to get hurt.
Yeah.
And then it's just like I like that stuff. We don't really see that often, so it's like when you do get it, it's great. And it works. And it worked for this feud because it has helped, when Dom was actually hurt, because he was actually hurt to really like get through this feud and build it up throughout these last 2, 3 months, which has been great.
Yeah, and at the same time too, like this is a champion, so
Yeah,
it makes sense as to why Styles is obsessed with Dom because Dom's got something that he wants. He's got a
yeah,
title. It's not like, oh, they're just feuding. Like, no, he wants the title, and Dom is, being the cowardly heel, whatever. We had the stipulation added to the women's IC title match. Becky wins. Lyra will never get a chance again. If Lyra wins, or excuse me, Lyra, she wants it. No DQ, no countouts. I would assume that sets up for a Bailey heel turn,
yeah,
which wouldn't shock me, but fine, whatever. This story's been going on. I don't think we need to really harp
yeah,
on that story. Same with Io and Stephanie and the women's world title.
yeah,
Even though that feels kind of quick, like both those stories, unlike some others, like SummerSlam could be tomorrow. Those are ready for SummerSlam. They don't
yeah,
need another week of Monday Night Raw. But the last main thing that I wanted to talk about was Karrion Cross. We got Karrion Cross versus Sami Zayn. They wanted to hammer home that Sami Zayn still isn't really cleared. He shouldn't be wrestling. We get Karrion with a win with cheat, but it was quite interesting. They made it a point that Karrion isn't happy because Sammy hasn't said what Karrion wants him to say. And have they specified exactly what this is? No, right?
yeah. Not that I caught anything in regards of that, but
So it has me thinking like I could see what he's trying to get Sammy to say. I think a lot of people will tie it to Sammy turning heel, and I don't think Sammy actually will. I kind of tie it towards he says Cross is right or whatever, and it brings out the new side in Sammy where he's still a babyface, but he's beating the tar out of people. Like he's getting,
yeah,
he's not letting things fly. And there's a whole new realm of Sami Zayn where he can elevate to that main event scene and get the wins over the guys like the Rollinses and the Punks and not just be in the match because he's Sami Zayn, but
yeah,
actually win these matches.
yeah. No, I think the match overall was fun, hard hitting. I like the finish. Um, Huge pop from when that three hit, and I mean, well deserved. Do they carry this back over to SummerSlam for round three? Because they
Good
kind of set
question.
it up there because now they're technically 1-1 and then but Karrion kind of cheated his way here. I mean, I would love like I know there's so many stipulations with these matches at SummerSlam, but this match would be perfect for like an Extreme Rules type of like bring that extra hardcore out of Sammy. Yeah, I don't think a heel turn is coming for Sammy at all. I think it's gonna get him to that extra level of getting to that extra part that we need him to get to that main event and to eventually maybe possibly win the next Royal Rumble and to take him serious as like a main eventer, beating these top superstars and not just like you said, main eventing and fighting them and losing, but like actually fighting them and winning and beating them like clean. So Yeah, I'm very excited to see. This story's been very intriguing. I'm not bored of it at all because it's very different every single week. And Karen's very entertaining. His character is very entertaining. I'm glad it's finally clicking with the audience. Sammy's always been entertaining, so that's always been a good thing. But Sammy's now t he's like on that like medium high level, and Karen's slowly getting up to the medium. And I think eventually Karen's going to get like a US IC title type of run sooner rather than later, but Sammy's definitely getting to that WWE Championship, World Heavyweight Championship tier. And you
I
could definitely see that.
I think you hit the nail on the head though that this is going to set up legitimizing Sammy before winning the Rumble. Like
Yep.
if he's going to win the Rumble, this story is strictly set up to kind of snap him into shape. Like that the timeline makes perfect sense and the Rumble being in Saudi, of course.
Oh yeah.
But this is the story to bring out that new side of Sammy. I'd love to see it on SummerSlam. If it's not, I understand. I just did a quick check of Twitter because they love to just randomly announce
Yeah.
matches in the middle of the night that get added, from stories that are going on. They haven't announced anything. I think we'll get one or two more matches. I don't think it's going to be the 14 match card that we were kind of expecting, where it's seven each night. I think we're creeping more towards the 12 range, which is fine. I would still like to see the SmackDown tag titles added.
Yes.
Um, I don't, I honestly, I don't need the Raw tag titles added as much as I 2 weeks ago would have said yes. I'm fine with that being a Raw title match. But I think coming out of tonight, like I would be quite happy if we got a Sheamus Rusev and or a Sami Zayn carrying Cross. But we're almost there. We're almost there. We're a week and a half away. It's Monday night. I'm flying back to New Jersey Friday night. So we're going to have some in-person content coming. The microphones are ready. Stuff's being packed as we speak. I'm excited. Alec, we're so close to SummerSlam, and it's astonishing because there's people out there who are just cowards.
Yep. And you know who you are?
If you're not subscribed, you're a coward.